What is up, gamers? Staxwell is back at it again today with another market watch. Dusk till Dawn's finally calming down. A lot of these prices are like half of what we seen them at during pre-release. I can't say that for Levia, the redeemed, the Marvel version. It is at $900. I remember people pre-selling this card for like 500 or 600. So this card is like almost doubled in price from pre-sale prices. This is like a good example of why you sometimes should spec into things in pre-sale prices. I think most cards tend to drop, but I mean, here you go. Here's one example of them not dropping and actually going up. I remember someone, I think it was like in a Facebook group or something, said he wanted to buy it for 600, and then everyone was just flaming him in the comments like, just wait 2 weeks. Why would you want to pay $600 for a card? Da da da, stuff like that. And look at it now, it's 900. So if you want a card, just maybe sometimes it's better to just get it and not try and time the market and play the highs and lows and everything. If you want a card, sometimes maybe it's worth it to just get it. It is a tale of good and bad though, because Light of Soul, it was like $200 pre-release. Now it's down to 90. Kind of expected. Let's take a look at the cold foil here. Light of Soul is actually, it's just not that playable. It's not that good. So I don't think a lot of people are seeking it and buying it right now. It's still very collectible, so that's why the cold foil is still very expensive. It's about $260 for the cold foil. So kind of makes sense. Continuing down, the Prism chess piece is $180. A lot of the talking heads of Fab, the high intellectual types, the Michael Hamiltons of the world, say that Prism is trash, like actually Riptide tier. Terrible hero. So I think the market kind of reflects that a little bit. I've been playtesting with her a lot on Talishar, and I will say I have a very good win rate. I don't know if it's just because Talishar players or what, but like Prism has been working extremely well for me. Let me know in the comments down below. Has Prism been working well for you guys? What's going on? Let me know. Moving on. I think it's a very good price, by the way. 180 for an extended art cold foil. That's actually good. I like that. Same applies to the Diaretic Carapace, the Runeblade chess piece that blocks for 3 with AB2. I don't know, people talk about the AB2 on it. I would play the card if it just blocked for 3. The AB is just a cool bonus to me. I don't actually care about that. But this is the perfect anti-Icelander card in the game, right? It's got Arcane Barrier and blocks for 3 for all the Bulllander damage. So, and as we know, the Icelander deck just won the last Battle Hardened, so yeah, very good card against that. I think it definitely helps Briar out quite a bit in that matchup, because you want AB3, but it's so hard to fit 3 pieces of Arcane Barrier in your board, you know. But now you just need to fit 2 with this chess piece because it counts for 2 itself. So huge upgrade to the Briar deck, and I guess all Rune Blades. But I'm very in love with this card, and I think it's probably underpriced. Iron Song Versus, $35. Kind of expected. A lot of these in-class legendaries for non-popular, non-meta classes are definitely going to go down. Totally makes sense. All of the Figments have pretty much halved or less in price. Again, this is all on the back of people speculating that Prism is not that good. She might not even be that good right now, but just in my small playtesting, I think she's good. I think she'll be good at an armory level. Maybe if she's not good, she won't be good at like the highest upper echelon of play. But I do fine against Lexi with her. I have a lot of auto wins with her. Like the deck is not terrible at all. So these prices are all like insanely cheap to me, I think. I'm considering buying one of all of them, which I wasn't considering before because blinged out Prism is just so unobtainable. I wasn't super into it, but now that they're so cheap, I kind of am. Soulbound Resolves, $23. Kind of crazy. Let's check on the cold foil here. Again, all these in-class legendaries for non-meta heroes just aren't that impressive and don't really hold a high price point. A lot of the time, cold foil is only $75. Let's take a look at the rest of it. The Scouring Fleshbag is only $38. Again, in-class legendary, but this one's actually for a good hero, like Hamilton's even playing Levia. Very strong class. The cold foil is only $80. This is an underrated card, undervalued card. This is like the best. If you considered every headpiece in the game I would say it'd be like New Horizons is probably the best one, and then to me this is like the second best one. Maybe it's because I'm an aggro player and this one like particularly hurts my deck. I don't know, but I just think this card is cracked. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let's keep going here. The regular Levia is $80. Pre-sale prices were like 50. So this one's a high demand card. A bunch of people want to play that class. The what even is this? Nazaroth, the Soul Howler Marvel, the token that Vincent could summon. 75 bucks. I just have no idea where to place this one. It's so impossible to price out. Like, is it as rare as a Crouching Tiger? Is it as rare as like the Aether Ashwing Marvel? We just really don't know. If it's as rare as the Aether Ashwing Marvel, then it's probably underpriced, especially because you only need the one. But if it's as rare as a Crouching Tiger, it's way overpriced. I just don't have enough of the print run information or like the the quantity, the scarcity of every card. I don't have enough of that info to really call this stuff. So to me, this is still a little bit speculative. This Figment's only $70 because it's bad. Of course, this is the one I pulled from my case. The Diadem of Dream State, $15. Crazy, but yeah, it's not a very impressive card, not a very good card. But for $15 is actually probably worth a pickup. These extended art widespread cards are going absolutely crazy, 75, 70 bucks. I don't think it's quite worth it yet. I would say wait for them to fall a bit. I think there's a few Vincent believers, a few Vincent stands just picking up their playsets. Let more people open the product. This price will calm down, especially if Vincent isn't that popular, and I don't think she will be, but I could be wrong. Crown of Providence reprint, $68. Love to see it. Makes the game a little bit more accessible here. The Prism chess piece is about $45, and this is the highest in-class legendary rainbow foil of all of them. So that just kind of shows you like maybe Prism's bad, but people still want to play that class. Let's keep going here, see if there's anything else I'm missing. Widespread Destruction is only $37. That's kind of crazy. Maybe that's worth it. That's the price point I would pay for the extended art widespread cards. I don't know if the other ones are short printed or something like that, but to my knowledge, that's not the case. Spoiled Skull, $38 for the extended art. This card is so beautiful and it's so good. I think it's worth it at this price point. The Rainbow Foil Runeblade chest is $36. Nothing else too crazy in the Majestics except for Warmonger's Diplomacy. This is the new This Round's on Me. It totally makes sense. It's actually a very good sideboard card against a lot of these Runeblades and Alexies and whatnot. I think the price point is unfortunately worth it. It's a blue block 3 at worst, and at best it just destroys your opponent's turn. Like, I mean, it's everything you want in your blue slot, so it's actually probably worth it. If you plan on playing the game competitively, I would just bite the bullet and get a playset. Let's take a look. Invoke Soraya is only $20. Moving on from Dusk Till Dawn now. That's all the Dusk Till Dawn stuff I wanted to talk about. Invoke Soraya is only $20. This is crazy because she actually does still play this card, especially if you play those arms. I forgot what they're called. The ones that make a Spectral Shield. They'll play Soraya in the list. We Make Best put it in their list. It's still a very good card, very powerful card, and it's only $19. Kind of insane. Insanely cheap. Just depends, yeah. If people think Prism's bad, I guess this price point's warranted, but I think she'll wind up being decent. Vestiges of Soul, Cold Foil, $122. And then the Rainbow Foil is at $50. Dropped substantially. I don't think this is the chess piece of choice. I think people were speccing into this and it was going up until we all realized that Prism got a new chess piece, so the price has just been cooling down since then. Probably even still not worth it at this price point. I don't think any of the heroes want to play it, so it just doesn't make sense to pick it up. Unless you're just trying to like complete your legendaries or something like that, I would hold off on this. Swing Big. I talked about this card a couple weeks ago at $18, and I said it still had room to go up, I think. And it did. It went up to $28. That's so crazy. For the cheapest non-foil is $28 for Swing Big. Insane. Surgical Extraction. It got reprinted in Dusk Till Dawn with the same lettering, same everything, same dynasty tag and everything. And it's only $13, so huge drop there. I think it's worth it to pick it up. I actually finally bought a playset of them after being patient. I'm normally not that patient, so I'm kind of proud of myself there. Revel and Runeblood is also going crazy. It's at like $22 for the cheapest non-foil copy. Everfest Majestics just go crazy. Every time they're good, they go crazy. Think Swing Big, think Revel and Runeblood. We talk about it all the time on this channel. If you're a specker, you're looking to put all your money into a crazy wild spec, maybe that's where you start. Go to Everfest, sort Majestics only, and find one of those cards that are cheap you think might be good. And that is where you should start, because every time they are good, they just go insane. It's wild. We talk about it all the time on the channel. Corsham is only $80. I know there's like no heroes that could really play it right now effectively. But for the people trying to round out their Fabled collection, hey, a Fabled's on sale. We don't get to say that often, so I want to say it on the channel. A Fabled is finally on sale. One of the cool old Fableds, too. This isn't a Blood of Drakai or anything like that. This is actually one of the OGs, so $80 isn't terrible. Emperor also on a huge sale. This is only $6 for the cheapest rainbow foil. That's crazy. I actually kind of want to pick up like a handful of these. I just know this card's going to be good one day. He just has access to too many cards to not be good. So he's like, if you don't have one, it's $6. You should definitely have one. Just like Royal Draconic Warrior Wizard, like he's just going to have a broken deck one day as they release more and more cards. The cold flow is only $30, so great pickup. Nitro Mechoid, I think, is a card a lot of people have forgotten about. It's only $5-6 right now for the cheapest copy. The new Tolarian Academy Professor Blitz deck bundle thing is going to have 100 new cards. We know that the Professor's character is a mechanologist. It's definitely not outside the realm of possibility to assume that the Nitro Mechoid will get support in that bundle. And, $15 for a playset of these is just not a bad speculative investment, you know? Worst case scenario, you still have 3 really cool cards. Everyone loved the mech when it was spoiled. Everyone loved the mech when it came out. The only downside is it's just not competitively viable, but it's a very fun and flavorful card. Rainbow foil is $6. Even the cold foil is like crazy cheap. Cold foil is $15. So cheap. I picked up a playset of them. Stalagmite, $27. Oh, huge F. RIP to the people that paid a lot, myself included, for them back in the day. It'll be a while, but we'll eventually get a hero that could play our stalagmites and our crowns and everything. So I'm not getting rid of it. I'm just going to hold on to it. Jubil the Spellbane. This is the cold foil that you get for winning the RTNs. We've never talked about this card on the channel. I don't think it's been on TCG Player, but now it finally is. And it's $300. I don't think that's the real price, though, because the only one that's ever sold for $160. So, yeah, kind of interesting there. Crown of Providence, the rainbow foil, it kind of dropped a little bit since the new Crown of Providence came out. It is at $144. I still, like, if you're a new player, I don't think the foiling is worth the double price tag. Like, it's just not worth it if you're a brand new player. So, yeah, make of that if you will. This has dropped a little bit. Can't say the same for the cold foil, though. The cold foil is holding strong at, like, $340, which is kind of insane. Doomsday, the cheapest cold foil on the market, is $67. I'm pretty sure every Levia list plays Doomsday, but I could be wrong. It could just be too gimmicky. But the condition to summon this is like just so free. You just need 6 cards with Blood Debt in your Banish Zone. You have that every single game. So I imagine most people will just continue to play Doomsday in their Levias. I think it's very cheap. A cold foil legendary from Monarch, they don't get cheaper than this. So Stormstriders, the Icelander deck won the last Battle Hardened, and Stormstriders is cheaper than it's ever been. That makes no sense to me. I can't figure out that. Like, how does the Icelander deck win the Battle Hardened and Stormstriders is the cheapest it's ever been? Makes zero sense. If you have any interest in Wizard, now is probably the time, considering that the class is actually competitively viable, and the iconically expensive piece is the cheapest it's ever been. Husk, speaking of expensive pieces, cheapest gold foil is $300. Cheapest rainbow foil is $152. I think pretty much every Shadow Hero forever is going to play this card, so pretty comfortable picking it up, even though it's so expensive. I would only say pick it up if you need it immediately, if you plan on playing any of these heroes. I can't imagine this card's going to go terminal in the near future. I think that has already happened. So if you don't plan on playing it immediately, let it cool off a little bit, but if you plan on playing it, don't like try and time the market or anything. I think if you need it, just get it. It's not going to get too much cheaper. Footsteps 150 for the cheapest rainbow foil, and the cheapest cold foil is $300. Are we noticing a trend with the Monarch Legendary? Cheapest rainbow 150, cheapest cold foil 300. That's so insane. It just keeps popping up. The Doomsday's only 60 though. Doomsday's only 60. I'm just saying. And then yeah, Warmonger's Diplomacy, cheapest is $30. We already talked about this card. I don't need to go over it again. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, rate, subscribe, and help the algorithm help me out a little bit. Later, gamers.